Hello. Happy 13th. At least it's not a Friday, it's a Sunday. And hopefully we're having a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you are getting as much either rest or work as you wanted to. I hope that things are going well. Anyway, I just forgot what I was going to say. It might be one of those days. Anyway, so I have two cards to share with you today. The first is the Panther Spirit, which is our spirit animal of the day. The main message for the Panther is reclaim your power. If you would focus, please. Not on my face. Well, it's not going to focus, but he's very adorable and awesome looking at the same time. So there we go. So that is the spirit animal for the day. Reclaim your power, reclaim your independence. Know that you do have power and strength inside you, no matter what everybody else says. And then the other card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is also a card indicating change. So if you feel like you have been down in the dumps, hopefully now is the time to take control and do something that's going to lift your spirits, etc., etc., and reclaim your power. So they work very well together. So those are your two cards for today. And I need to do a little bit of planning for this next week. So I think this first sprint for me is going to be working in the bullet journal and getting my pages set up for this coming week. Jotting some things down, and yeah, and then I will be moving into trying to work on Chimera Moon. I have set up next week's streams already, and the sort of like the theme for next week as sort of a reminder to myself is that characters need bodily functions. So things like eating and showering, and if they get sick or if they have menstrual cycles, things that normal bodies do, and even things that abnormal bodies do, like make sure that characters have bodily functions, like, you know, and if your character is more of like ethereal, like part phantom, I don't know, then there would be something that their non-corporeal body would be doing, however you want to describe phasing in and out, etc., etc. So like characters need bodily functions. However you are writing their bodily functions, they need them. And so that is my theme for next week. But I kind of want to get a head start and like write in some more things to that, but I think I'm going to wait till tomorrow for that. So at least that's my initial thought. So initially planning for next week, and then to trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing today in Chimera Moon. And then if it doesn't work, if my brain is not like capable of doing Chimera Moon today, then I'll switch back to Project Gray, my YA fantasy, and do some more editing and revision on that draft. So that's my general plan for today. Yeah, so let me say hello and see how y'all are doing. Y'all let me know what you're planning on doing today, and if you are sort of in between tasks like my brain seems to be. So Maggie is here. Hello, lovely. Hello, Maggie. And Sonia is here. Hello. Welcome. And Christina is here. Hello. Yay, early for once. It happens. It happens occasionally, yes. So Miriam says, hey, everyone, I'm going to use this sprint to get some tidying done in my room. Oh, good. I did a little bit of tidying in my art drawers yesterday, my arts and crafts drawers. And so I decided which of my rubber stamps that I do not use typically. And so I texted a picture of them to my sister-in-law. And I was like, do you want these? Just maybe. So she said she would like them. So I'll give them to her along with some of the ink pads. And if she says she doesn't want any of them once she gets a closer look at them, then I'll just take them to a thrift store and donate them. So I did that yesterday. Devin is here. Howdy. Welcome. And Becca is here. Hello. And Mallory. Hello. Welcome. And Elizabeth is here. Hello. And Revillion, is this how you say your name? Please let me know how you pronounce this because I don't want to mispronounce it. My best guess is Revillion. And Maggie says, hashtag Streamhoppers United. Hop, hop. Yes. And Lizzie, hello. It's finally your sweet 16. Congratulations. Yay. And I think you said you were taking a trip with your family and you would be able to take your laptop, which would be fun and ideal. Yes, very pretty panther kitty. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I do have a fondness for big cats. They're just so pretty. And Vanya says, hello, I made it just in time. You're going to try and catch up with your planner today. You've been neglecting it all month and you've been very disorganized because of it. Yeah, feeling the same, which is why I'm going to be spending some time doing next week. So Lizzie says the Wi-Fi is acting up. Oh no! Hopefully it will straighten itself out and then you can do whatever it is that you decide you want to. And Devin says, Dr. Lizzie, birthday girl. Yes. What a perfect card indeed. Yes. You want everything in order so that you can start prepping for camp. Yes, absolutely. That is exactly what you should do then. Reclaim your organizational power. Yes. It is a great combo, isn't it? I love it when that happens. It's so nice. And Lizzie says, Devin. Oh no. Well, maybe that's a sign that you need to have fun doing something not attached to the internet. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sending you off at all, but if it doesn't work, don't worry about it. Megan says, hello, I made it. My laptop won't connect to the internet. Oh no, more internet problems. Save your work, everybody. Just go ahead and save it. Go ahead and save it now. Save it quite frequently today. Maggie says, I have versions of the same yawn scene in multiple books. Yes. One character yawns and another does it and then scolds them for being contagious. Yes. Okay. Yay. That's a fun thing to have as your like bodily function reminder. I like that. That's cute. And definitely something that we do. Megan says, yay, I'm back on my laptop. Hooray. Maggie says, yay, indeed. Elizabeth is going to write in draft 2 tonight and start a new scene, but you're going to use the first sprint to finish watching the movie Falling in Love, an awful guilty pleasure. I have not heard of this. Is this a Norwegian film or I love a good bad movie. They're fantastic. I love them. They're so fun. Lillian says, I sent my novel to my beta readers this morning. Oh, exciting. That's amazing. So you're going to do some housework for the first sprint. And then after that, you have some short story ideas that you're going to have to go at to pass the time. Yes, absolutely. Keep your mind off of that and just continue. That's amazing. And congrats for sending your novel. That's amazing. Okay, Lizzie's on your hotspot. Yay. Okay, so Ravi is the easiest, but you were right. Okay, Richard is your real name. I'll try Ravi. Maggie says, editing and posting more chapters of Cora on Inkit today, scheduling them through your vacation. There you go. There you go. CB says, hello. Welcome, CB. Yes, you're in Phoenix. Excellent. Have fun. Definitely have fun. I don't know what there is to do in Phoenix, but you should have fun while you're there. Mallory says, working on scenes for your new urban fantasy / paranormal romance. Excellent. Excellent. Sonia says, I'm still rewriting Available Consent. Ooh, that's a title. Interesting. That's a really good title because it just makes you want to know more. I love that. Megan says, nice. It's going to be super hot this weekend in Phoenix. Yeah. But doesn't Phoenix always get hot? So Elizabeth says, sounds awesome to Mallory. Yes, I love a good paranormal romance for sure. For sure, for sure. Mallory says to Lizzie, feel you on the Wi-Fi. Yours has been off all day and you're almost out of your hotspot data. Oh no. Y'all, just seriously, if we're all having this much trouble, make sure you save. Like, for real, for real. Maggie says, my middle is coming in for the 4th weekend from her naval station in South Carolina, and my dad is coming up from Texas, and we'll be having a crazy June into July. That sounds wonderful. Family coming into town and having fun is always fun. Lizzie says to Megan, it's really hot. Good thing we're doing indoor things today. Yes, absolutely. Mallory says, thanks. CB says, we used to get in trouble for yawning in math. I would, in math as much as possible, I would just go ahead and do like all the problems I possibly could, and then I would just pull out my book and read, because if I was done, the teacher didn't have anything to say to me. Megan said, I hear it's going to get up to 110. Oh, that's hot. So yeah, it's probably a good idea to do indoor stuff. Yes, absolutely. CB is, yes, getting in trouble for yawning in math at school. Yes. Renee is outlining, curious as to what methods we use. I have been doing a combination of things. I used to be complete pantser. And then I found my initial outline is sort of a breakdown of like kind of the main beats, but also kind of not. I think the very initial outlining that I did for my YA fantasy followed along with the Better Novel Project has an outline specifically for Nano, so 30 days of like events for YA fantasy. And they built that outline based on analyzing Hunger Games, Harry Potter, and I want to say maybe Twilight, but I don't know about that last one. But it has a really nice breakdown that you can kind of wiggle into 27 or keep at 30. So it's really nice breakdown for YA fantasy. And then since then, I have used a combination of the story beats and the snowflake method, essentially. That's how I'm doing it currently. I suspect it will change again at some point. Lizzie says we're going to go bowling at 2. So 5 o'clock is time difference. Yeah, it takes forever to adjust to. Absolutely. Yep. And then you're going out to eat. Yay. Mike says, I'm so happy not to have to make the 25-hour drive one way. Yes, absolutely. Okay, y'all are being very chatty today, which I don't mind, but I'm going to run through these really quick, and then we will get into a sprint. Miriam saw that movie. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? And Lizzie is laughing at Mallory's comment. CB says, have fun bowling and happy 16th. Mallory says, I'm so used to you grading, Elizabeth. It's strange to see you writing. Yes, finally, it's the summer break for Elizabeth. So, Lizzie says, thank you to CB. And Maggie says, congrats to Ravi for sending out the book to betas. Elizabeth says, it's a Netflix original. It's an awful rom-com that is also super adorable. Gabriella wins an inn in New Zealand, but it turns out it's a dump. So who comes along? A super hot Kiwi contractor. I love it. I want to watch it now. Lizzie says, due to meeting my deadline, you're off of writing for a while. Excellent. Great. That means you can do whatever you want. Ravi says, thank you. It's your first one too, so you're very nervous. Already thinking about parts that you were unsure of but didn't know how to fix. So now you are worrying about that. Well, hopefully your beta readers might give you some suggestions if they are picking up on the same things that you were. CB says, I went bowling on Thursday and you're going again on Tuesday. Bowling is definitely fun. So, Yes, yes, definitely used to grading for that. So thank yous. A great plot for a movie. Yes, I love that. The rom-com. Finally free. Mallory says it's not so bad. You're working on the pen and paper today. Nice. Doesn't help that your rental car is black on the outside. Ooh, and black leather on the inside too. Oh no. If the seats are black leather, make sure you take some towels to sit on when you get in, because otherwise your skin will stick to it. CB says, I think something in the internet went kaboom or stopped functioning the other day. Oh no. And of course your phone isn't working with the hotspot. Oh no. You only keep this tab open because your mom has like 2 gigs of data. Gotcha. You'll be sniffing your new books during this, friend. Ooh, did you get books for your birthday? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And Maggie says, I finished my Pride and Prejudice anthology videos last night, and your Where Cow 2 submission has been approved. So now you can get back to the other writing and editing projects. Fantastic. NKR Tutorials is here. Hello, welcome. Sorry for messing up your name. And Lizzie is correct. It is now time to start a sprint. We're going to go for a 20-minute because we have been chatting for a little bit. So we're going to use Laura Nettles' Paint in Water 20-minute timer. There we go. All right, so y'all make sure that you save your document today because things are a little wonky on the internet across the world, apparently. And make sure you have something to hydrate with. Make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders, and we can now get started with a 20-minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. Save your document. All righty. Yes, make sure that you save it because several of those in the chat were having issues with Wi-Fi, internet, etc., etc. So make sure that you save today. Also, make sure that you hydrate. All right. Y'all were being very, very chatty today, but that's okay. What did I get done? I finished scheduling in the few things that I have for next week. So I did that in here, and then I switched over to Chimera Moon and got a little bit done. I don't know how many words. I didn't count. I didn't look. I was just like, let's get some work done. So, progress. And Ellie Vera arrived just on time. Hooray. And Mallory was saying, and yeah, I'm not going to get distracted by that pretty timer at all. It is a gorgeous timer. I like it. You only came here to make up for your birthday because, oh yeah, the European cruises got canceled several years in a row. Absolutely. And you didn't know that your car was going to be black either. Oh no! And your sister wore all black yesterday. Thank goodness the baseball game was inside. Yeah, for real. So Maggie has a favorite line from the story. I felt myself weighing the difference between horseradish and honey, the burning bitterness of resentment versus the sweet healing balm of forgiveness. I didn't know if I could do it. And this is the chef she-wolf debating with her inner wolf about whether or not they should kill or forgive their wounded alpha. Forgiveness is not in her nature. And I think it would kind of maybe depend on the reason that she would want to kill the wounded alpha. Is it because the alpha betrayed them? Is it because the alpha was wounded in the first place and like is now too ill to be the leader, or too wounded or too weak, depending on the wolf's version of however you are presenting this inner conflict. But yeah, that's a good line. I like that. And Megan also likes it as well. Like the contrast. Yes, yes. And Lizzie also likes it. And Lizzie was headed off for lunch. Yay. All right. And Lizzie will be back home on Friday to enjoy the streams then. Excellent. Clutter. Yes, it does. I think it comes from the word affianced, which means betrothed or like spoken for. So yeah, we adopted so many words from French after the William the Conqueror 1066, all of that stuff. So yeah. This chapter is at 4,500 words. That's a long chapter. Not sure where all these words came from. Quite the mystery. Yeah. You didn't write anything. That's Brent? Okay. Gotcha. You made a bagel and opened some shopping. Excellent. And Better Days is here. Hello. And Christina says, that was quick. It was, wasn't it? It felt like it was a very nice warm-up sprint. Megan says, I daydreamed. And Clutcha says, I don't save to the internet. That's fine. You don't have to. Ravi says, washing folded New washing in, washing up done, litter tray empty, bins taken out, all around not bad. Indeed, that's a very productive sprint. And Maggie edited. Excellent. Vanya says, I caught up on my slacking from last month and started on July's plans. Excellent. Elvira says, oh, that went by so fast, faster than you editing the video. Yep, it happens. Elizabeth says, finished the movie, happy ending, of course, and wrote 85 words. Unsure of how to really start this scene, though. Start it with a bang? I don't know. Depends on how you ended the last scene, I think. Becca says, going through your proof for Dream Diaries 2. Slow going, but going. Excellent. And CB says, 506 words. Yay. And Rafi says, didn't sweep, mop, and wipe down surfaces like you were supposed to, but you got distracted reading about tarot because you find it fascinating, but never got around to looking into it. If you are interested in tarot for creativity in your writing, I recommend Tarot for Writers. And this is by Corinne Kenner. And so I find this, you can see I have lots of little sticky notes in there, but it has quite a bit of suggestions for how to use them in creativity practices, in story planning, but also it just has the key explanation, the traditional explanation, symbols that are traditionally associated with the card, keywords that are usually for both the upright and inverse position, myths and astrological associations with it, literary archetypes for the card, as well as some writing prompts in general. So like for the Empress, if you pulled the Empress, you could write about creativity, fertility, a pregnancy, planned or unplanned, labor and delivery, the birth of a miracle child, Demeter and Persephone, so like mother-child relationship, comparison between death and birth, a living person's visit to the afterlife, a dark mother, or sort of like the inverse Empress, so like a creator destroyer like Kali. And then you could also think about the maiden mother crone version of womanhood, so things like that. So I highly recommend this as a support for your learning of the tarot and how you want to use it in writing. And also get you a deck that resonates with you. I think I have 5 decks, and I primarily use 2 of them. I use the Shadowscapes deck, which that's the back of it, that's the Wheel of Fortune. So this is more of like my optimistic reading cards. And then I have the Steampunk deck, which is my more like, tell it like it truly is, like no holds barred. You're going to get some criticism from this, but like you're going to have to deal with it. That's the other deck that I mainly use. So, but I highly suggest using the Tarot for Writers by Corinne Kenner. I will try and find the Amazon link for it and pop it in the chat. But anyway, highly recommend it. And I think Cat Leo has also purchased this relatively recently in the last couple of months and has also been using it and enjoying it. So there you go. Elizabeth says to Elvira, keep going. You can do it. Yes. And Charlie is here. Hello. Welcome. And Mallory says, lol, I behaved myself. I minimized the window so you could actually work rather than looking at the timer. Yes. Yes. And Mallory says hi to Charlie. And CB says, my favorite line from today is, let me find it. CB, I don't see your excerpt. If you forgot to post it, do let us know. My Atlantic Teacher Life. Hello! You are working on finishing writing the class reports. You are so close. Yes, and then you'll be free, which would be amazing. So good luck to you. Hopefully we can help you with some sprints, and then you'll have true summer freedom. Maggie says when she was 16, the alpha rejected her best friend and made her a pariah, and used an alpha command to forbid the chef from speaking to her boyfriend. It caused her physical pain to even think of her friend. Ooh, that's a situation that is... I mean, personally, I would probably vote no forgiveness, but that's me. So, Matilde, hello. New and glad to be here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We are about to start our second sprint, and we still have a little over 2 hours to go. So we should be able to get in quite a few sprints. So Ellie Vera says to Elizabeth, oh, thanks. You're just editing one clip at a time. Yes. And then years later, the command is broken, but the resentment and trauma still remain. However, the pack needs him. So she has to make a hard choice. Yeah, that would be a hard choice. CB says, I make your Google Docs available offline. Gotcha. That way you can save it. Elizabeth says, I ended the last scene with your main character collapsing after doing a task. So unsure if you should start with her waking up in the sick ward or having her... okay, so having her sort of like a couple days after being slightly better, reminiscing or flashback. It depends on whether or not you are intending to have some conversations that are important to the plot while she is recovering or not. But even then, you could still do them as flashback. So yeah, I would say flip a coin. Elizabeth says, welcome to Matilda. And Kali is one of your favorite goddesses. They're fascinating. All of the deities are fascinating, but yes, she's a really cool one. If you try and write down that scene, you usually start right after waking up, and then probably during the editing process, if you realize that you don't need it, you remove it. Gotcha. CB says, I have the Golden Girls tarot deck, and you also ordered the Rose Funko Pop. Nice. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate it. There is the ebook version, I think, of this Tarot for Writers. And Kate, hello, welcome. Thank you, you're amazing. You pasted it in, you know you did. Did you hit enter? Sometimes that happens. Elizabeth says, I think I'll just start writing and see where it takes you. Nice. Kate is working on chapter 36 rewrites. You've got chapter 2 ready to post. Excellent. Oh, good, because that's who I was going to go search for next. And Charlie says, I am naming my magic mystery sleuth. Ooh, what are you naming your magic mystery sleuth? I need to know. Are you going to have some sort of reference to other literary sleuths, or are you going to name them something different? I'm terrible at names, so I'm always fascinated by how other people name their characters because I'm so bad at it. Elizabeth says, yeah, that's exactly the problem, because she has a fight with her friend that teases her for being weak, and this conversation happens in the sick ward, so flashbacks or in the sick ward. We'll see. Yeah, and that's one of those things where you could do it as a flashback, you could do it as present tense, or however you want to do it. So, ooh, sand dune. I like this. Very nice. Okay. We are going to be using HK Darkwood's newest timers. Thank you for reminding me, Devin. And so we have a night sky over sand dunes. Don't be pushed around by the fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. This goes perfectly with the spirit animal card that we got today of the Black Panther Reclaim Your Power. So this is perfect timing. How did HK know? How did the cards know? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Maggie. Sherry Lock Holmes. Yes. But also probably not. Okay. So don't forget the second sprint. Is this really only the second sprint? Oh goodness, we've been here for a while. Okay, so second sprint is self-promo time. So if you would like to share your blog, your website, your Amazon author page, a new video, or your channel or social medias, etc., etc., please feel free to share it in the chat and let us know what you are proud of. Be shameless in your self-promo. And also save your document. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you do a posture check, straighten that spine, roll your shoulders back, and make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders. We can now get started with a 25-minute sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that was the sprint. How'd we do? I made a good bit of progress, I think. I hope. Oops, I keep making this the wrong size. Alrighty. So don't forget the second sprint was my self-promo sprint. So if you would like to promote something and you have not yet, please put it in the chat. Charlie was talking about the magical mystery sleuth name, and Charlie says your first instinct was Angela Fletcher, but you think it's going to be Davina Hollow, and I have to say I do love Davina Hollow. Elizabeth was suggesting something like Poirot, but flipping it maybe. And CB says Project Spider has been pulled again because you are getting better every time. So, and CB also suggests what about Fletcher Lansbury? Or make it less obvious with Fletcher Bornak. I don't know if the Z is silent or not. So, and Tessa is here. Hello. You are doing beta reading today. Excellent. Excellent. And Ellie Vera loves HK's new timer. Me too. I like the sand dune. They're gorgeous. Yes. Oh no, rage quitting bejeweled blitz. Here's some more excerpts from Maggie. Ryan didn't kill you or let you kill yourself because she didn't forgive you, and neither shall I. You deserve so much worse than death. You deserve life, a long, long life of physical pain and soul-rending remorse with sleep-deprived guilt and nightmares instead of dreams. No, my dearest Alpha, you do not get the pleasure and leisure of death, and as I have always been there to stand between riot and harm, I will now stand between you and death. Very nice. And Klasha says, the chapter after that long, long chapter was only 231 words, which is what you wrote just now. I think sometimes that's okay. I've seen a lot of, this happens in particular with a couple of romance / mystery authors that I have seen. So you have like the long chapters that are by the main character's point of view, and then you have a short chapter that is by the as yet unrevealed killer's point of view, and it's just like a page or two versus the main character's points. Chapters are like 10 pages. So I think it's fair. It's fine. It happens. And Kate says, I didn't write. I got a snack instead. There's always next sprint. Excellent. And then Klatscha wrote another 422 words. Excellent. Mallory says, I'm almost to the climax of the book. You've been listening to your playlist for this work in progress and just been letting the music guide you. How nice. And here's NKR Tutorials, shameless self-plug. You are starting up your book formatting business and doing book trailers on Instagram. And you can find NKR Tutorials at NKR_writes on Instagram. And here is Devin's link tree, Dev75. And Ravi says, I didn't achieve anything other than getting grumpy with people on YouTube. Oh no. And their clickbait titles about readings. Yes. Are you still looking at tarot readings or like book readings? Maggie says, here is my Amazon page. And Devin says, here are the playlists for the live streams. Megan has a chronic illness and disability tag that you would love everybody to see and participate in. And Maggie says, there are free drafts on my Inkit page. There you go. And Vanya says, I caught up to today. Hooray! And you love your theme for the week. Dark wood and white roses. Ooh, nice. So it figures that you only get to enjoy it for an hour and a half. Oh, because you are in a different time zone and you're very close to the end. Well, you can always recreate it for a different time. So Charlie says, I started making my sleuth on Artbreeder. Ah, yes. Another time suck that is going to once I start using it, it just consumes hours of my time. So, but it's still fun. Elizabeth got 449 words and you went with the flashbacks, but you might write the sick word version as well to see which one you prefer. Gotcha. Vanya says, speaking of which, it's bedtime for me. Thanks for the sprints. You are welcome, and good night and good dreams. Clutcha also has some other name suggestions. Angela Lansbury, Jessica Fletcher. And yes, Maggie, definitely, yes, Artbreeder is a rabbit hole, for sure. For sure. And Heather, hello. You should check out Chandra's channel. Let me see if I can find it. Where are you? Oh, come on. I know that you are on my... Sorry, I'm looking around my... I'm trying to remember what the latest video was from Chandra, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I will find it and I will pop it in the chat. Chandra has a really cool tarot set and also does some readings like during live streams. She's done some and they're awesome. So once I find it, you may want to check out Chandra's channel. You should, in case you have not encountered her yet. Maggie says hello to Heather. And Heather says hello to Maggie. And Mallory says, I can't post a link, but just look my name up, spelled exactly as it is on Amazon. You should be able to find the 4 books that you've written so far. Yay! Thank you. And Elvira says that you are going to have dinner. And Heather did some filming for the disability tag. Excellent. CB got 282, and the stupid excerpt wouldn't post last time, but now... Oh, so that's what Howard meant when he told me, because the stork doesn't like kids with brown hair and brown eyes, when I asked the same question when I was 4. Interesting. Share the love tag. Okay. Okay, I will have to find it because it's not popping up in my searchy thingies, whatever we want to call them. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and set us up for a 30-minute sprint this time. So it's slightly longer. So if you are more comfortable with a 25-minute sprint, take the time to go get you a snack or a cup of tea or something. We're going to slide this down to a 30-minute, or as close as I can get it. Close enough. All right, so again, don't forget to save your document. Make sure that you have something to hydrate with. Make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders. We can now get started with a 30-minute sprint in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. How'd we do? How did we do? Charlie. They just announced Slime Rancher 2. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Charlie and I have this connection over Slime Rancher 2, or Slime Rancher in general, and I'm very jealous of all the little plushies of the slimes that Charlie has. This is an amazing and fun game. If you want to know kind of what it looks like, Jacksepticeye got an early alpha version of the game from the developers and played it, and it's so cute. And it's like this fun game, and you can have it in adventure mode, so like if you combine too many slimes, they become a tar slime and they start eating the rest of them. Or you can play adventure mode where there is no tar slime, which is what I casual mode. Which is what I usually play, because then there are no tar slimes. So you can just go around and combine your slimes without having any ramifications whatsoever, except for the need to build more pens. It's a quite fun game. It's on Steam, I think. Yes. So you can get it there. And so this just kind of makes me happy. So thank you for letting me know this, Charlie. But I highly recommend that you, if you have not seen it and you are Honey Bunny Slime. Oh my God. I'm gonna die of cuteness. Okay, so sorry. This will be amazing. Just the puddle slimes are adorable, and the honey slimes are so honey bunny slimes are gonna be amazing. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop squealing with this. Charlie, you're totally distracting me. I have no idea where we were. Yes. Okay, so that was just yes, that was yeah. Okay, I just thought of this while I was chatting, but I posted Chandra's link in the chat, and then Marissa Mohi also has some videos where she uses tarot for ideas as well as story structure and things. So you should check out Marissa Mohi's channel as well, Ravi, so that you can kind of get a couple of ideas. I know there are a couple of other author tubers who also use tarot for stories and whatnot, but those are two of them to start you off. Yes. Okay, and so Matilda wants to use the forest app for the next sprint. So absolutely feel free to pop a code in the chat, and I will put it up on the screen so that y'all can join. I have not used it in a while, so I would probably have to re-download it to my phone. So I'll skip this time, but feel free to grow some trees for me. CB says, I'm writing about alphabet soup and now you're craving it. You're going to go make some. Excellent. You can't make a grilled cheese to go with it because one, the toasted sandwich maker is boxed up in the pantry and you don't have cheese in the house right now. Oh no. And the soup was amazing. Good. And Charlie finished the picture of Davina. Nice. Hooray. Mallory says, I'm still working towards the climax, getting the last few scenes together first. Excellent. Ravi put the next load of washing and then fell down a Facebook black hole. You think productivity has ended for the day. Sometimes that's okay, especially on the weekends. Elizabeth got 274 words. Excellent. CB got 141 and the alphabet soup. Maggie says, I like the radioactive slimes. They're so cute. They are cute, but they hurt. So, but honey bunny slimes and bat slimes, they're so. We had we think a young bat that was hanging upside down under the bottom siding board here at our house the other day. It was right before like dusk, so I think it was coming out and waiting for it to get just a little bit darker before it went hunting for bugs. Clutch got 441 words. Excellent. Maggie says another chapter set to publish in 4 days. Excuse me. Kate says 742. Wow, nice. And you're off for birthday celebrations. Hooray! You are welcome for hosting. Have fun. And Mallory says happy birthday. Happy birthday, says Matilda. And there's a link for Marissa's as well as the Chandra's. And there's this stream in particular where Chandra is talking about character development using tarot. It's amazing how having something hot to eat on a really hot day cools you down. Yeah, it doesn't make you sweat. Bat slimes, I'm guaranteed they will be adorable. Guaranteed. Elizabeth says, contemplating watching another rom-com before you have to go to bed. You have to seize the opportunity while the boyfriend is having a raid day in World of Warcraft. Yes, you do. Absolutely go for it. Bravi says, might call it a day. It's now 9 p.m., so you might get an early night in. So hot right now, so sleep is unlikely. Yeah. The summer weather does do that. You are welcome for the sprints and the links. And Elizabeth got over 1,000 words for the day. Hooray! Any suggestions for guilty pleasure rom-coms? If you like more action type of... I loved Mr. Right with Anna Kendrick. I can't remember who the guy is. But anyway, he's an assassin, a hitman. Yeah, but when he takes the job, he then kills the person who ordered the murder because murder is bad. And then the character that Anna Kendrick plays, you see her as a child, and she just wanted to be a T-Rex. So she's like that kind of weird. And they meet together, and it's perfect, and it's amazing, real fun. So I recommend Mr. Right. Any other ones? Of course, I don't know where you would get that. I have it on DVD, so I don't know if it's on Netflix or not. Maggie says, I love the scheduling feature on Inkit. I'm so happy I convinced the developers in the early days to add it. That is nice, yes. Yes, absolutely. Reward. CB suggests Waking Up in Reno or Blow Dry. And Maggie says the Aurora Tea Garden Mysteries. Ooh, that sounds lovely too. I don't know if you're looking for something that's on Netflix right now or not. I don't know. I don't have Netflix because I either watch it all the time or not at all. Like I go between extremes. So, all right. Matilda, if you are still here and would like to do a forest code, feel free to pop code in the chat, or if anybody else wants to host it, feel free. I will set up another sprint. I'm thinking another 30 minutes would be good, like another kind of longer sprint. And I think I will do this HK's new timer, just slid down to be 30 minutes. We'll see how close I can get. Ooh, Ooh, 8 seconds. Share the screen. All right, so 30 minutes and 8 seconds because I can't get it exactly. Don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back. And make sure that if you need a break, take a break. I might run to the kitchen and grab a handful of chips because I feel like munching on something. So don't forget to do all of those things. Make sure you're taking care of yourself as you are writing. So 30 minutes and 8 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right. That was the end of a sprint. I think, yes, third sprint. Okay. I gave up on Chimera Moon for right now, and I am reading The Anatomy of Prose, which Laura Nettles had recommended, and she had done a review of, I think, last year. And I'm just now getting around to reading the ebook version of it. It's quite intriguing. I do like the way that she is phrasing things in her nonfiction author's voice. And so far, I've just read like the introduction and the first chapter, which is about 30 pages in the ebook version. So yeah, but it's quite interesting. It's quite fun. She has an example of the very first line from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then Pride and Prejudice, I think, is the other one. And so she shows you from Pride and Prejudice. So she shows you the original line, and then she essentially takes everything unnecessary out, and she's like, you see, like all of the fantastical whimsy and humor from like Hitchhiker's Guide is now gone, and then the philosophical, sort of more academic, more formal feeling is gone from Jane Austen's first line. So it's quite fun. So the first exercise that she has at the end of chapter 1 is to take the opening sentence from your favorite books and edit them. Like first take them out to be completely clean, and then like make them sound like you would. Like how would you say it? And then take another opening sentence from a different book. Can you make this opening sound like the voice from your other favorite author? So it's quite intriguing. I have not done exercises like these, but it's quite fun. Just like turning through some of my favorite like openings and whatnot, because openings are quite quite important. And so, it's kind of I think Sasha Black, Sasha Black. I want to make sure I got that right. The opening 2 lines from this book is, "Come now, my little wordsmiths, period. Let me wrap my inky fingers around you and pull you down my rabbit hole." Great, right? So I've been reading, got about 30-ish pages in, got the first chapter read. So yeah, it's quite fun. I'm enjoying it, which sometimes when you get those writing craft books, they're really dry, and there are things that you can pull out of them and things that are, very, very sound advice, but if you have to struggle to read through them, sometimes you don't value them as much, I think. Because you're too bogged down in like I want to get to the end of the chapter, So I'm quite pleased with how this is flowing. It's very nice. So I would recommend it. And if you want to know more about it, Laura Nettles has a full review on it. So yeah. Okay, let's see how y'all did. My Atlantic teacher life had 6 more reports, only 6 more, at the beginning of that 30-minute sprint. So hopefully you made some headway with that. Matilda and Maggie were commenting that don't you prefer romance with mystery and action, or romance is the subplot? Ellie Veer says, hello, I'm back. I don't know if Trimmers is on Netflix, but if Tremors is on Netflix, I would highly recommend that because that's hilarious. Matilda was saying welcome back to Ellie Vera, and then mentioning that you have a main character named Vera and you love the name and meaning. Tessa was on mute, but you were busy doing beta reading. That is okay. And Elizabeth says, did not find any of those suggested titles on Netflix, but you wrote them down for a rainy day and decided to watch the half of it. And have a lovely rest of the day, evening, and night. And then Megan said, it's 111 degrees. That is warm. Very warm. It's Fahrenheit, in case you couldn't tell. If it was Celsius, you might have a different problem. So yes, stay hydrated, Megan. And you agree, it's such a good book. I don't know why it took me this long to actually go in and read it. I don't know. I think I have a giant stack of craft books, and I need to read more of them. And I think I have several of them that are that really dry writing, and so I tend to stay away from that stack of books far more than I should. So Tessa says, still doing beta reading. Anatomy of Prose is a very good book. Yes, I am willing to agree, even though I'm only one chapter in. So CB got 190 words. Hey, and you are insulting Howard in alphabetical order. That's one way to do it. Charlie says, I'm trying to work out my sequence of mysteries. Dun, dun, dun. I'm trying to remember, at some point someone observed that most of the mysteries that we have are in some way or another all variations of the Sherlock Holmes stories. And I haven't gone in and reread all of the Sherlock Holmes since someone made that observation to me. But it is, I don't know if you want to do something that either emulates or does it backwards or something like that. I don't know. Haley, hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well. You wanted to pop in and say hello. Well, feel free to. Hope everybody's writing is going well. I hope so too. I gave mine up because my brain was just not letting me do that. So I've been reading The Anatomy of Prose for the last 30 minutes. Tessa says, not streaming so much is giving you time to read and do other things. You are getting used to not doing a long stream so often and being able to do other things in life, reading being one of them. Yeah, that is one of the things that is nice about the time, giving yourself some time off, is that you can rediscover other things. Haley says, I'm slowly getting better at trying to pop into people's streams. Yes. I'm real bad about that on my days off. I'm like, I don't want to touch the internet today. So, yeah. Haley says, yay for writing. And Ellie says to Matilda, oh, thank you, Vera is actually taken from your mother's maiden name. Fun. And Maggie got another chapter. Hooray! Ellie says, 3 minutes into the video edited. Excellent. Now to the main body of the experiment. Excellent. CB says, okay, I got 300 words now because you added a little bit extra. Valerie says, Tremors is awesome. Yes. And you were still working on the same scenes. Tremors is on Netflix. Excellent. Okay. So we have to remember to recommend Tremors to Elizabeth the next time she comes into a stream, because I think she disappeared before we mentioned this. So Megan says, at least I have a root beer float to cool me down. Root beer floats. Oh, yes. Summertime classic. Absolutely. CB says, arrogant, boorish, creepy, devious, egomaniacal, feckless, gormless, hateful, ignorant, jealous, kvetching, lying, mean, and nasty. You definitely should also And here's the rest of the alphabetical list of insults. I love Shakespearean insults. So if you need some help with insults, definitely, I know that there are some Shakespearean insult generators on the internet. I know that's like 100% guaranteed to be a thing somewhere. So those could be fun. Canker blossoms and everything. So CB says, okay, so those were all the rest of the insults that you came up with. And Maggie says, yes, 100 degrees Celsius would be a big problem. Almost boiling problem. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It would be a definite problem. All right, y'all. There are 7 minutes left to the 5 o'clock mark. So I think what I will do is I will set up a 5-minute timer. For a cooldown sprint. And then we will break for the day. All right, so 5 minutes to kind of cool us down, get the last bit of your ideas out, maybe plan what you are going to be doing this for other streams or for this evening and into tomorrow. So don't forget to save. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure you straighten up your spine and don't slouch like I was. And make sure if you need a break, take a break. So 5 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, that was the cool down sprint. So don't forget to save your work now that we have finished that. Charlie says, I think the first book has a name, Davina Hollow and the Sleeper's Curse. I love that. But I also feel the need to know what you are going to be calling your mystery series. Is it going to be the Hollow Mysteries or the Mysterious Hollow or the Davina Mysteries? Like, what are you going to call this series? I feel like I need to know this. If you're not ready to let us know, you don't have to. But Maggie says, maybe I will make a ginger ale and vanilla float. Ooh, that would also be tasty. So Ellie Vera Googled Shakespearean insult generator, and it came up with this: thou slanderous, fly-bitten, no bowels. So Maggie says, so they have dysentery. Quite possibly. You're welcome for hosting, Tessa. I hope you had fun beta reading. And Ellie Vera was like, it sounds like it. Definitely sounds like they might have dysentery. So Diana says, I've been cleaning and chasing a mosquito through the house, but you wanted to pop in and say hi before the stream ended, but you still haven't caught the mosquito. Death to the mosquito. Kill it. Kill them all. Maggie says, hello to Diana. Hello back. Yes, it was the cool down sprint. All right, so Mallory says, I've hit my 5 gigabytes hotspot mark, so I don't know how much it will let you go over before kicking you off. I hope you had fun, and I hope your Wi-Fi fixes itself. You have Gandhi. I don't know what you were intending to say, but apparently the autocorrect had something on its mind. Megan is laughing at the autocorrect as well, and Megan just relaxed and listened to music. And CB has a quote. Thank you, Tony. You've been watching Thank you, Tony. Pause. You've been watching the Golden Girls again, haven't you? You're welcome, Vera. And it helped you not procrastinate and work on the video. Hooray! I'm glad. And Heather says, I've gone through my bits of video. You have gotten interrupted during your video taking, so you have a few bits of videos that you have to stitch together. Gotcha. Charlie says, I like the Mysterious Hollow or Hallows. Ooh. If you intend to make it Hallows, do you then change Davina's last name to Davina Hallows? But I do like Hallows. I like it a lot. But I do like the Mysterious Hollow as well. And then I don't know, is she going to live in a town that's called Hollow or something Hollow? So many questions. So many questions. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. All right. So thank you very much for joining me today. I did get a bit of journaling done. I got a bit of a scene written, and I have gotten a bit of a craft book read. So overall, pretty nice and productive today. So, and we did some longer sprints today. So we had a couple of longer sprints rather than more shorter ones. So, hooray. All right. I know that you can find the other playlists. So here's Devin's playlist. And I know that Morgan is streaming now, so you can join Morgan directly from Devin's playlist, or you can search up Morgan Hazelwood and Lazy Sunday Afternoon. So those are usually what she titles her streams. So, alrighty. Well, I will be back Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. And then Sunday again. Don't forget, next week, the thumbnails are all food themed because characters need bodily functions too. They get hungry and they need to eat and then shower and all the other things. So don't forget that your characters have bodily functions. And if they don't currently, maybe you should give them some this week. All right, I will see y'all later. Thank you very much for joining me, and have a good week.